Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I'm Shay Wilson, thinking big, living bigger, and loving the biggest. Good morning. Let me get you set up on social media. Everybody can hear me. So everybody can hear me. Let's rock this thing. Yeah. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Let's see. Let's make sure everything's good. Let's get it. Make sure everything's good. All right. Let's see. Making sure everything's amazing. It is ready. Let's rock and roll. Happy Monday. As I said, I'm Shay Wilson. Let's rock it. We're going to continue with part 2 of isolation. And if you're feeling isolated, if you're feeling you know in that place or nobody's around, even you're trying to reach out, we're saying that sometimes your isolation is preparation for you to go to the next level, preparation for your elevation. That is the topic. We're going to number 2 today. I got 3 series, and so let's just start with how we always start, is with appreciation, gratitude, and thankfulness. What are you appreciating, grateful for, thankful for this morning? I am appreciating a productive day. I'm speaking this into existence right now. I'm appreciating the day that flows, appreciating the day that I just feel good. I feel good in my body, that everything's functioning well. And I so thank the God of my understanding for all of that. I appreciate a good night's sleep. I had a good night's sleep. Matter of fact, too good, I almost overslept. But it was good. I appreciate that. I appreciate this week that I'm looking forward to. It's exciting. I have things that I have to do to finish out this year strong. And so I'm appreciating that. I'm appreciating people buying the T-shirts. I love that. I love and appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate just follow me, the people that have followed me all year and have continued to support me and continue to believe in me. I just appreciate that. As I continue to believe in myself, to love myself, hopefully I exude that out. I thank you for all that. I appreciate the weather here. The weather has been beautiful, a little cooler than normal, 60 plus degrees for us. That's great for us. It's like a cool front here. Beautiful skies. You see people out and about, and just the Christmas spirit. I love that. I love the holiday season because people tend to relax a little more, and they're more loving, more kind. They expressing more kindness and more thoughtfulness. If you see people that are alone, please reach out, say something. Kindness really does matter. It really, really does. Not just big organizations, and we do need to support them, but there are individuals and people that are around you that just an act of kindness will do wonders. All right. Let your words be kind, let your actions be kind, and let your thoughts be kinder. Let's get it on. All right. So number 2 today, if you own, say hello, good morning. It is early. I know some of you guys have a hard time. We're talking about isolation and maybe 3 or 4 reasons why you may feel like you're isolated. We said the first one, we said that it's to prepare you. And sometimes we can't be, we're in with other people. We start trying to get rid of a lot of the limiting beliefs to kind of get you in a place where it's just you, where you can be, for lack of a better word, purified, and get rid of influences so that you can see you. Some of us have lost ourselves in relationships, lost ourselves a long time ago when we were younger. We lost it, the relationship part. We forgot, we didn't know who we were. So we want to get back into that. We want to move into that. So let's go. Number 2, it says God wants to get us in isolation, prepares us. The God of your understanding, source, universe, puts us in isolation, or we're in an isolation to increase our capacity. I always think about the prayer of Jabez, to enlarge my territory, and I think about this right here, that sometimes before you can have what you desire, there's an isolation period. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going off into the desert. Good morning. It does not mean it could be that you're at home and you're around people, or you're at work, but doors are being closed. You just kind of seem by yourself, and it's a time that we're Spirit starts to work on you. You've asked for some things. Those things maybe not have come forth. And so now you're trying to, good morning, General, Miss Natasha Harper Madison. Good morning. It's a time of increasing your capacity to handle what you're asking for. Now, how does that work? It's sometimes it's a testing period that God doesn't want anyone else to help you with. It's a clearing out of your thoughts, your limiting beliefs. And I remember this video that I love. It's a football show, a football movie, and the coach is telling the kid who's like the leader of all the cut-ups, and he's very talented, and so he likes to show off and tell jokes and stuff. So the coach is telling him, okay, well, you come over here and you do it. And it's called the death crawl. The death crawl is where you get on all fours and you're crawling. You can't put your knees down. You're on, but he put a player on his back, and he said, okay. He said, well, how far you want me to go? This is the kid is asking, how far do you want me to go? He said, well, no, I'm going to put this on you. And I'm going to push you. He said 30, 40. He's like, I can do that. You can tell he's kind of the cut up. Everybody's laughing and giggling. And so he starts. He gets the guy on his back, and he's starting to crawl. He's starting to walk. And so he doesn't know how far he's going. So because he has the mask on. And so as he's doing this, he's starting to get tired. And he's like, how much further? He said, then the coach is like, keep going. You can do it. Keep going. And so as it's getting harder, the kid is screaming out, I can't do it. I keep going. He's telling him, keep going, keep going, keep going. And he said, you got to be there. I should already be there. And he said, just keep going. So remember, he doesn't have the blindfold on. And so when he says, I can't go anymore, and he's so frustrated, he just gives up. And so he takes the blindfold off, and the coach says, look where you are. And he looks, he had walked the entire field with the kid on his back. And he says, you can do more than you think you are. What you've been doing has been nothing compared to what you think, what I know you can do. And this is what God tells us many times. But because we see with our eyes, we limit ourselves by saying what has not been done before, what I've never seen nobody else do it, or I've never been able to do it. And so what God will do for us, that God be understanding, will blindfold us and get us to walk. Yeah, and get us to walk. Because if we see it, we probably ain't gonna do it. Because we don't believe in our infinite and our humanity, we say we cannot do it. And every day somebody does something that was never done before because they simply believed and was crazy enough, unique enough, eccentric enough, whatever we want to call them, to believe and continue to do it regardless of what other people say. And so sometimes our isolation is to increase our capacity because we don't believe for ourselves that we can do it. And so Spirit has to kind of bring us back, kind of block out the noise. And so we go through challenges. And many times in this time of isolation, we go through things that will become our testimonies. Okay, we will have things that we'll be able to, when we come out of this isolation period. And remember, the isolation is not a punishment. It is for your elevation. It is for your elevation. And so it's like a training ground. And it's another rebirth. So now you're going to get new legs. And so you're going to have to be able to walk on these legs because your vision is now bigger. Your dreams are now bigger. Your dreams and goals are now bigger. So you're going to have to, every time you come back around, understand what you did before is fantastic. It's great. But when you continue to dream, as we continue to live and we continue to have visions, good morning, Jed, then you will need new legs. You will need new legs. Good morning, Nola. Let's get it. You will need new. So the isolation sometimes is to increase your capacity. You have asked for certain things. So now you have to learn how to embrace that, how to reign over your kingdom, the kingdom of your thoughts first for this new level, so that you may embrace it fully, may be all that you can be. Be all that you can be in that. Now, here's the other thing, this next level, when you increase your capacity, when you need to increase your capacity, your faith must be increased as well. You will need a new level of faith. So increase your capacity means you have to believe in yourself. Many times as we get ready to have a breakthrough, you hear me? We will be tested to the ultimate limit. Are you going to stop? Are you going to continue? Many of us are dealing with finance issues right now, career issues right now, people saying things about us right now. And you're like, well, I've tried my best to do all that I can do, and I don't see anything happening. I'm walking in love and integrity every day, and I still don't seem like my stuff is coming forward. I don't know what's happening. I'm doing all that you asked me to do. And here's the thing. You must continue to believe. You must see yourself as where you want to be. Not where you are right now, Where do you want to be and move in that place? Do you hear me? Now that's next level right there. This is a whole thing. So your isolation is an increase in your faith, and it's an increase in how you see things. Yes, I see what it looks like in the physical world, but what does it look like in my supernatural world that's coming forth? What's being birthed out of me, I must prepare for. Look, you have to come on. If this is working with you, if this is resonating with you, let me know what your breakthrough will look like. It doesn't. We think it's just going to come in. We hear this all the time, like we think it's going to be. We have an idea, but we don't realize how difficult it is before the breakthrough comes forth. And part of it is because we have to have an increase in faith to believe all the way through. Sometimes this is the only way to challenge our faith. Many people talk about faith. We're looking at it. Yeah, I know that's going to work because they're looking at it. But how do many people have faith when they don't see anything happening? Nothing's happening. We don't speak against what we said we wanted. We don't think against it. We don't start throwing tantrums about why it's not happening. We just continue to move in the manner that it is already done. Your second level capacity is part of it. Your capacity is your faith. How much do you believe in what you say you believe in? We are creators. We think it, we speak it, and we bring it forth. Many of us think that the world is just happening to us. We have thought the situation we're in right now. We have thought this before. We are overthinkers many times because our faith life. So we constantly trying to process stuff before it happens. I know I have many logical minds that listen to me. But in this thing, we are creating the world. What do you want to happen? What does it look like? Who are you trying to help? What level are you trying to? What job are you trying to get? You must think it, believe it, and speak it first, and walk in it before it happens. And so what's happening in this second level is your capacity is being enlarged. Many people, even in my work, in my personal training business, will not do something because they've said they've never done it before. And what I do for them is that I stretch them. And meaning I stretch their capacity to believe in themselves. And many times Spirit is putting us in a place that stretching the capacity for us to believe in ourselves. We've never been able to do it before. We've never seen it before. We don't know. I don't know. I've never been able to get that. I've never been able to lift that weight. I've never been able to lose that weight. And so what I do in the physical is I stretch you and I keep pushing you. And my clients are like, "What? I can't do that." I said, "Sure you can." I've been saying, "Watch it. I've trained you up before that." And this is what I'm saying. What I want you to hear now. I've trained you up before that. So when you go out and into the world and you're working with your people and you're working in your place of business and you're working in your career, and something comes up and you must speak, everything always works out for me. And I've already known how to do this. I've been trained for this. I have been prepared for this. This is nothing brand new. So many times we must bring our levels of upset down because you are trained for this. Understand, you're not given anything you're not trained for. Anybody agree with me? Anybody understand it? Anybody that's listening, you're not given anything that you're not trained for. So the second part of this isolation period is to increase your capacity to reign over your kingdom, to control. And again, first of all, the kingdom of your thoughts in the midst of things. How many times are you getting upset about things when you know that you have been brought through so much? How many times does Spirit have to keep showing you the same things that I'm here with you? Do it. Go ahead. Keep moving. I got you. Keep going. Keep going. Yes. Let me see you. When I watch the distance time on the machine in the gym, I count down until it's over. When I cover that up and go until these old bones can't go anymore, I end up with absolutely. Joshua, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The only way sometimes Spirit can help. Thank you for sharing that. That's the only time Spirit can help us when we cover our eyes, because if not, we will stop when we think we can't go no more. I can't do it anymore. But that illustration, I'll try to find the video and put it up today. And that kid going that entire field, and he was like, I can't go but to the 30, 40, and 50. But he ends up walking the entire field or doing the death crawl entire field with the kid on his back, is exactly what Spirit is telling us to do. You've asked for something. Understand, Spirit hears our verbal prayers and our unspoken. We didn't use words. We thought them. Our thoughts matter. Our thoughts matter. We must clean up our thoughts. Sometimes our thoughts go against exactly what we say that we desire. And so because we see it with our physical eyes and in our humanity, we don't believe. And my biggest thing is I constantly say all things are possible and all things are possible for me. all things are possible, and all things are possible for me. It's not just someone else doing it. It's not just, I don't care if no one else has done it. I don't care if anyone else is supporting. I believe it in my heart, and it's life affirming for me and everyone else. Then let's do it. And then I'll have the support. But many times, the only way we can do it is when we are being isolated into place. And so one of the other things for our isolation again, it's not a punishment. It's for your preparation for the next level. I tell many people that when I came out of my divorce, I wanted to make sure when I came out of my breakup of my marriage, which is 4+ years ago now, I wanted to be better, not bitter. And then the thing is that the isolation, if I had gone into a relationship at that point, I would not have been as good as I am today. You understand? I took the time to make sure that I would be good, better, not bitter, healed, not coming in with extra wounds, understanding my responsibility as a personal leader. I'm not a follower, I'm a leader. And if I was put myself in a follower's position, then I did that. And so I need to figure out certain things. That is the walk. That's the walk. So I knew Spirit was like, I said, God, what did I do wrong? I said, you didn't do nothing wrong. This learning process. Okay, this is what we need to do. It's nothing blaming, shaming, and guilty. It's what can I do to do better and move from there. So your isolation most definitely is a time of just you and the God of your understanding, figuring out ways, you getting to know you sitting with your shadow work, you getting a therapist or what have you, so that you can maneuver and you can be more fortified. So when you get out there, you know how to deal with certain things that you didn't know before. All right, so that you can believe in yourself at another level. Hi, Becky. Hi, Becky. Good, thank you. So that you can believe in yourself at another level. Some of us, we done rested on our laurels. We think, okay, I've done this. I've done great. And you know there's something else in you that is even better than what you did before. But some of us don't believe that we have the capacity, the energy, the strength to do more. And that's because we're doing so many other things. We've spread ourselves thin. Part of the capacity is knowing what you shouldn't be doing. Part of our capacity, we think our capacity is because we don't have the capacity, is because we're doing so many things for everybody else and not taking care of ourselves. Now, that don't get me. This is the one right here. We are in everybody else's lane, worried about everybody else, when we know part of loving people is to allow them to be who they are, to bump their heads where they need to be bumped, to allow them to understand who the God of their understanding is for themselves. For themselves, not you being the savior, and so when we do that and we start focusing on taking care of ourselves, on making sure we're doing our meditation, making sure we're doing, hey Rhonda, on making sure we're doing all those type of things, then you will begin to have more capacity to do exactly what you're supposed to be doing here on this planet, becoming more of a beneficial presence on this planet. Hey D-Love, what's good? That is what it is. So the second part again is your capacity. You will have testimonies that people don't even know about. You will have, again, part of your breakthrough, you got to understand, before your breakthrough, there are different tests that come about. And can you stay steadfast with believing in the God of your understanding, believing in what you said you believed in from the beginning? Many times we get into rough waters and we just stop believing. We stop believing in the relationship. We stop believing in what God told us. We start complaining. We start doing this. And in a person of integrity, you stay focused. It may be, you may have a little day, a little moment that you're like, oh my God, what's happening here? But you must speak yourself through it. I know that I started on this right path. I know that I'm on the right path. I know that the God of my understanding is right here with me. I know that I have the strength and the power to do this. I know that my ancestors, my guides are right here cheering for me, walking me through this thing. I know. So I don't care what's going on around me. I know, and I see it into existence right now. What do I want to happen? What do I want to happen? What do I want to see? And as you start speaking that to yourself, start inspiring and speaking to yourself like you are the king and queen that you are. Start speaking to yourself that you are worthy and entitled to every good thing. Speaking to yourself, not downplaying yourself. Again, part of your capacity is knowing exactly who you are. Many of us don't know who we are. After a while, we've gotten to these definitions of ourselves, of our jobs, and all these types of things. And so that's who we believe we are. That's not all of us. That's not the totality of who you are. All All right. All right. So the last part of that is to give you new eyes. Increasing your capacity is to give you new eyesight. We spend so many years defining ourselves, seeing what happens in our world, and deciding that can't be done, or this can be done, or that person is this is like that, or I've always been like this. Part of increase your capacity is getting new eyes, fresh eyes. Part of learning and growing and having a growth mindset is you are being reborn all the time. Your rebirth. So what are you still attached to? Your isolation will start to if something's not working, then you probably have outgrown it. It needs to be let go or what have you. So if you're always complaining about something, see where if you have outgrown the situation, uh, meaning that it keeps rubbing up against you, or you need to let that go and move and see things with new eyes. The eyes of love, courage, the eyes of love and courage. And I love that Marianne Williamson has a great definition of a miracle, and the miracle is a shift from fear to love. Every time we talk about wanting to do something new and then we turn around and say, well, I've never been able to do that, or we start giving excuses and reasons. Some of these would be real reasons and right of why we can't. Now we're talking self-limiting beliefs and not courage, love, and who you really are. Okay. All right, so part of that, we got number 3 next week. Again, isolation is not a punishment, is preparation for your elevation. There are reasons why you're going through whatever. The one is to prepare you. The second one today we talked about is your capacity, increasing your capacity, which also means this is a big one, is that you're learning, you're reading new things, you're studying new things, you're doing new things so that you can learn. You're intentionally reading and learning for the next level. And you will intuitively know what resonates with you. So you may be letting go of some, maybe it's caffeine or something. It could be anything that you are now preparing your body, your mind, your soul for the next level, and you feel it. So it's not a punishment. I can't say that again. I can't say this is a time to utilize all your skills, to know that you're loved, guided, and protected, to know that this is the fertile ground for you to go, to get there. When you come out, you will be ready. When you come out, you will be ready. Do you hear me? All right, guys, that's what I got for you today. I went over. I'm so sorry. I do this every week. Anyway. Sometimes better than others, but anyway, it is a blessing to be able to talk with you this morning. Please like, share, comment. Again, I have my t-shirts on sale. I want you to have an amazing holiday season. It's not really about purchasing much, but it is about loving, growing, giving, sharing, fellowship, caring. So if it's somebody you want to hang out with, or somebody comes on your mind, please text them, call them. Hey, have lunch, dinner, brunch, something with them to share, because we all connected. And so if people keep coming across your mind, holla at them. All right, guys, have an amazing day. You are amazing. Trust and believe you are. And let's rock it. Let me see. It's Rhonda Tyler's. All right, let's get it. Bye, guys. Love you too, Becky. Thank you. Have an amazing day, guys.